Okay, so I know I said that I would be done doing Tandon related videos, but actually a lot of people have been asking me questions on my video, like more about Tandon, so I figured I'd just do kind of like a frequently asked questions thing and things I feel like I didn't really cover in my other Tandon videos. Also, I forgot to insert this like my other Tandon videos. If my views are of just my views only. I'm not representing the school at all. I'm not representing anybody at the school, just my own opinions. And also, if any student currently or faculty or administration knows who I am, sees this video, I would prefer you not confront me in person about this, unless it's to compliment me, that's fine. But also, don't watch my other videos. This is just a fun YouTube channel that I just decide to have on the side when I'm bored. And thank you. So first, about myself, I'm a senior graduating with a bachelor's in mechanical engineering, and I also have minors in sustainable urban environments and nuclear science and engineering. So I have 2 minors. That's just about me. Do I like the major? Yes, and I like my minors a lot. I feel like taking minors has allowed me to really figure out what I like, and in those classes I'm just learning a lot more than I thought I would. And it's very different than learning in a mechanical engineering class because those are kind of like required and it's all formulas and theories, whereas things like sustainable urban environments is learning more about history, so that's why I like taking those minors. What else? Oh yeah, I have a list of frequently asked questions, and I will put like the order in which I answer them in the description or in a title slide somewhere, we'll see. So first things first, dorming. So Othmer versus Clarke is what someone has asked me, and also I feel like it's pretty important, and I remember really wanting to know, like, should I go for Othmer or should I go for Clarke? So my personal opinion is I like Othmer a lot, and that's mostly because it is right across the street from the school. So you're right on campus, and I'm lazy, so I like to just roll out of bed, go to class. So that's why I like Othmer. Othmer is newer. It is, they just painted the walls. I'm pretty sure it's like light purple now. When I was there, it was white. So it's newer, it's right across campus. You have 2 options at Othmer, which is either a traditional, which means no kitchen. You have a living space, which is really just a hallway with a sink for the 2, and then the 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. And then there's also the apartment where you have an actual living space with a couch and a TV and a kitchen. So I've actually lived in all types of rooms. I've lived in Othmer traditional, Othmer apartment, and Clarke. So I like Othmer apartment the best. However, it is extremely expensive for what it is. I liked having a kitchen. I liked having a living space. I didn't do that until sophomore year. Freshman year, I actually had a traditional with no kitchen, and I was fine with that too. It was totally, like, it worked out fine. I didn't cook. I just used the dining dollars, the meal plan to eat. And yeah, so Othmer's my preference, but also if you ask someone who started out at Clarke, they're going to tell you that they love Clarke way more and they hate Othmer, things like that. It's really up to you. Clarke is about a 10 to 15 minute walk away from campus, so if you don't want to be on campus and you want to kind of get away from that, then Clarke is the option for you. Clarke does not have a kitchen. You have a communal kitchen, and it's shared with the whole building, so it's more like an industrial kitchen, you know, there's like 5+ different stoves, sinks and things like that. And Clarke is also, it's just kind of like one room, so you're either sharing it with one other person or 2 other people, so you could have a triple, and you still have your own bathroom, which I think is the really great thing about all Brooklyn dorms, is that you have your own bathroom and you only share it with 1 or 2 other people, or 3. So yeah, that's why I like dorming in Brooklyn. Another question was, can you take Manhattan classes? And I don't know the exact policy on this, but the short answer is yes, you can. At least as far as I know, there is a current limit of you can only take 4 non-Tandon classes, which is kind of, I feel like, is a little sad, but I don't know if they're working to change that, and I don't know if it has already changed, and I also don't know if you can take any Manhattan classes in your first year. I'm not sure if they allow that. You might have to be a sophomore and above to take a class at like Stern or Tisch. But I know a lot of friends that have utilized it. I've taken a class outside of Tandon, and it's good to just kind of try something unfamiliar and not necessarily engineering based, you know. I took a language. It was really fun. It's interesting seeing the different dynamics and the different students. So yeah, I highly recommend taking a class on the Manhattan campus, and you can do that. There was also a question about, or I'm just gonna answer this, about resources. So Brooklyn has its own wellness center, which includes things like therapy, mental health, primary care as well. Unfortunately, we do not have any specialized services like cardiology or things like that, but what happens is the primary doctor or nurse in Brooklyn will refer you to someone in Brooklyn, so you don't have to go to Manhattan to get a special service. There's also gyms. There's a gym in Brooklyn, there's a cardio room, there's a weight room, there's also a gymnasium where you can play basketball. They also have like badminton, sometimes, you know, depending on what the setup is that day. And there's also a commuter lounge in Brooklyn. It's very small. It's not reserved for commuters in the way that the commuter lounge in Kimmel is in Manhattan, where it's kind of like a closed off room. This is more of just an open space that is reserved for commuters, and commuters do use it. It's just that you can't, you know, there's no way you can kind of say commuters only. So, but that is the space for commuters. And it's on the second floor of 6 Metro Tech, and it's in my tour video, and it's just there for like 0.1 seconds, but it's there. Yeah. So study abroad. Study abroad was a huge issue when I was a freshman, because they really did not have many options for study abroad. You could either go to Abu Dhabi, maybe, and that was it, or you could spend extra money and go over the summer. You take one humanities class, and that's it. There's no like engineering classes that you could really study abroad with, but the administration this year, and since I've been here, has really been working hard to make study abroad happen, and like they want more students to go abroad. So actually what's happening is they're encouraging people, I think they're starting like a London program where engineering students can go to London and take engineering courses. They're really trying harder. So yes, you can study abroad, but you're more limited if you're trying to take a semester off to study abroad, because you might not get the exact classes that you need. Unless you're just taking all humanities, then you can study abroad wherever you want. So in terms of careers, Tandon hosts about one career fair every semester, and host it usually on campus. And in those, they invite engineering companies, and recently they've been getting way better at career fairs in that they send us a list of companies beforehand, and they tell us which companies are looking for what majors and what types of positions, like internships or entry-level full-time, which is really helpful, because then you don't end up really wasting your time with one company that clearly does not want you. Like if you're looking for an internship and you go to a company and they're like, oh, we're only looking for full-time, then it's just kind of awkward. So they've really been trying to help like narrow down for you what companies you should go see, depending on major and type of job you're looking for. Sorry, I'm just trying to I feel like this camera keeps tilting. What else? So the Brooklyn area. For anyone that is not from New York City, might feel like Brooklyn is some sort of dangerous, not safe borough, which, I mean, I'm sure every city has its own parts where are more dangerous than others, but where Tandon is very safe in my opinion. And that is because we are in the Metro Tech area, and we are right next to Brooklyn Heights, which is a very rich area and very quiet area. We are also next to Dumbo, also very rich area. And the area, it's like, I think I said this in my previous video, Metro Tech is very business oriented. There's not a lot of residences, so it gets kind of empty on weekends when no one's working. There's a lot of shopping to do, and also in terms of security on campus, you can't get into any building without swiping or tapping your ID, your NYU ID. So no strangers are going to enter the building, nothing like that. And also there's police constantly walking around the Metro Tech area. So I feel pretty safe, but you know, to each their own. I was definitely worried about going to Brooklyn my freshman year, but it's really not a bad area. You're right next to the water. You're really close to Manhattan. So in case you're worried about that, I personally wouldn't be. And yeah. In case you're wondering about professors, or someone asked me about hands-on experience, I think at every school, professors, you're going to have some great ones and some not so great ones. So it's really difficult to go into that. But yeah, you know, generally the same as every other school, I feel like. Hands-on, I really wish that our school focused more on hands-on work, in that I feel like a lot of what I learned is just theory and that's it. But actually they started implementing a type of project-based course where you can sign up and you can apply to be a part of a project. And if they take you on, then it's a 1-credit course where you can work on like a prosthetic arm or a rocket, I believe. So there's a lot of options to join a project, but in terms of like in your class, will you do a lot of hands-on work? I don't think so, unfortunately. But like I said, there are options that you just have to go for the options that are more hands-on. It's not just going to come to you. Okay, so that's this video. I feel like a majority of it was just about Othmer versus Clarke because I'm very passionate about that topic and I want people to choose the right housing option that's for them. If you have any other questions about Tandon, I can answer them in the comments. Like I said, just don't be too specific. Don't ask about your SATs. Don't ask about admissions and, I don't know, too specific things like, how is this professor in this one class? Like, I don't know. Or also, I'm a mechanical engineering major. I'm not totally sure about other majors, how they work and how their classes are, but I can try to help. We'll see. And thanks for watching.